Wagwan, what's up? Back with another episode,
Yo,
Responsible Degenerate Podcast. I'm your host, Robby. That's my host, Mel.
it's
Mel,
good.
what's good, bro?
It's good, bro.
Another day,
How we
another
living?
another day, new merch. But you know what?
Another day.
I
A
see
little
you.
something,
I see
something,
you.
man. Like,
Another day. Yeah, let's see that
shout
USA.
out to the
That's
winner.
on fire too. That's
Thank you,
last year's
bro.
team.
Now, this team I play
Yeah.
yesterday, yeah, I got from Player Society. Shout out to
Oh,
Esther Wallace. Player
oh.
Society, they have all my money, bro.
Yeah, I
All
got
my
it.
money is going to them,
See,
going to her.
I be seeing them on like Twitter. I think it's a girl that owns it. I guess.
Esther Wallace, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's her
yeah.
thing.
I
Yep.
be seeing her like she be talking about her merch. Well, like so, I gotta definitely. They got a site.
Yeah, Playersociety.com.
I'm gonna definitely
Yep.
look up. I need
Send you the
some.
link, bro.
Yeah. Send me that. I need the merch. I need the fire. That's on fire too. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Thank you,
But
bro. It's love.
today new episode we got
Hmm.
Aces struggling.
Hmm.
We got Chicago. They still winless. We got Kaden Clark. She's out 2 weeks with a
Hmm.
quad injury. We're gonna talk about that. Get in a loop about that.
Hmm.
Our Liberty still undefeated, and
You already.
the link spot, but
Mm.
our Liberty still undefeated.
Yeah, Liberty number one.
I
That's all we
mean,
care about.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna do a little rapid fire as far as like, cause like a lot of people are now just getting into women's basketball. We're gonna do like a
Hmm.
NBA comparison to certain players to like give them like a heads up on what they could look forward to when they watch them play.
Copy.
But first I'm gonna get into the Aces. Still early in the season, they only 2-2, but it's how they've been
Hmm.
losing. It's like kind of worrisome. Like their defense
Hmm.
is bad, and
Yeah.
it seemed like most nights it seemed like it's just like 1-on-5 for the most part. Like
Yeah.
Kelly did come in. I forgot what game it was. She came in, gave him good minutes. Had
Against
like
Seattle.
gave him good minutes. But
Hmm.
like it's been a few good spots here and there. Like Jackie, here and there.
Hmm.
Agent for the most part here
Hmm.
and there. Let's talk about. Let me. You've been watching them. Let me tell you.
Well,
Tell me what you've been seeing. But also, I want to shout out Kiki for Kiki did look good against AJ. Like
okay. She had, bro. She had 17. She had 17 and like
yeah
13. She held her own.
she ain't been having no easy. Her game's been heavy hitter, heavy hitter. So
Tina, BG, Beyond, like, whoa.
Aja, tomorrow she got. I'm Stewie and John Quell. But
Come on, come on.
before we get to that, tell me what you've been
Hmm.
seeing with Aces, man.
Yeah, the Aces, it's been, I ain't gonna lie, I've been a little bit, I mean, I know it's still early, but I will say I've been kind of disappointed because I just feel like they haven't really been playing with the intensity that we normally see them play with. Now I know like it's a different team, right? Kelsey Plum isn't there. You got Jewel, or you got a lot of other pieces that's trying to, acclimate themselves and get involved in the system. But I just feel like overall, I could just tell, and you can tell that they're missing Kelsey Plum because I feel like a lot of the times they're missing that change of speed on the
Mhm.
offense to like just get them going. I feel like everybody on the Aces plays the same speed. Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Asia, even come off the bench, you got Dana Evans, you got Nye, like Tiffany Mitchell. So I feel like everybody's the same speed, and I feel like a lot of the times it's hard for them to like really get out on the break and get easy transition points. Not even just like offense isn't just the problem; it's defense as well. But starting off with the offense, I feel like I don't know what's really been like, and I know like I said, I know she's trying to get acclimated with the team, but Jewel Lloyd has really been like she's off to a
Mhm.
slow start, and especially that game against Seattle, where I'm like, okay, she's going back to her home court, so it's like, okay, the team is gonna rally behind her and be like, yo, we're gonna get this one for Jewel
Mhm.
Lloyd. I mean, they ended up getting got blown up by
They
like
got
20,
blown out.
got blown out. Like Jewel Lloyd had 14, but she was 4 for 15
Mm.
from the field. She started off strong in the
Mhm.
beginning, but it just didn't sustain. Like, Erica Wheeler, there was times, and like Erica
So,
Wheeler is a great player. Bro, and this is just kind of just shows you, like I said, this is no disrespect at all. Because
yeah.
Erica Wheeler is a great player.
Yeah.
But I mean, she had 21 and 7 against the Aces. She was coming up the court hitting
She
jump
was
shots. Joel Lloyd in front of her. I'm like, what's going
she was Drew Lloyd.
on?
She was Drew Lloyd that night.
Yeah, I said she was Joel Lloyd. So it's like it's just a lot of
Mm.
concerns, and I just feel like overall, like what I'm seeing from the Aces is they got to find a way to like find the right lineup to be able to produce. And I feel
Mhm.
like Becky has to do a better job of putting Elizabeth Kitley in
Mhm.
earlier and for longer. Like how we said in Seattle, she came off the bench and had 16 points it was like in terms of like plus and minus, she was the only one really with like a plus on the floor. She came in was an instant spark because she can score, she can run the floor, she gives you a different dynamic. But for whatever reason, Becky Hammond seems reluctant to play her. I know she prioritizes Kia Stokes in the defensive end, but at the end of the day, you got to have threats on the court. And right now, it just seems like the Aces are having a real hard time getting easy baskets and not really playing with the intensity on the defensive end. And I know, like I said, it's still early, but that Seattle game was concerning because it's like it's one thing to lose, but how they looked against Seattle, that was concerning.
Yeah. I was looking forward to a good game. Like I was looking forward to a good game, and then by the time I turned on the game, it was down 20. I'm like,
it got bad pretty quick.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I see Erica Willa just. I'm like,
Jimmy. I'm like,
what am I watching right now? I'm like, what am I watching right now? But it's just they still like of course defense. Defense is everybody it's horrible right now. It's not good right now. I've been watching like it was a game. It's a lot of times where teams are literally triple teaming Asia, and like somebody else beat us, and they're not, and it's not working right now. I don't know. Like you said, they're missing Plum. I'm like, I feel like they're missing. They have a lot of holes where it's like
they do.
Yeah, like it's from like defense. I feel like their post play outside of Asia is still not good. Their bench, even though like Dana has been okay, and before last game, Kitty wasn't playing. So before that, it's like their bench is still like non-existent. Like I remember when they played the Liberty, and the Liberty shot 4 for 20 from 3. And still blew them out by damn near 20, by 18, doing by 18. So I'm like, so they have a long way to go as far as like,
long way.
I mean, like we said, it's still early. So like, Jewel Loy is gonna eventually, hopefully, work her way back into the zone. But she looks like how she looked last year. Last year she didn't look good on Seattle due to whatever happened over there with them over there. And she still is like, I feel like Becky, she's not using her correctly because she's not Kelsey Plum. So like Julia, you have to like run actions for her, and like move her around. Don't just stick her in the corner or like that's not her game. Like you know what I mean? So like they've been, like I said, so early, they're only 2-2. So people like, what y'all going crazy for? But like if you've been watching the Aces the last couple of years, you will see it as a standard.
Exactly.
It was a time to where you turn the game on by the second quarter, they're by 30s.
The Aces is blowing teams out. The game is over for them. Now it's the 30. Opposite.
It's like damn. So like now it's the total opposite when now they get blown out by teams. It's like I don't know, because like they barely beat Washington, even though Washington's not a light team to beat.
All.
They had trouble. They was down. I think by like double digits by halftime against Washington.
It was a comeback win. It was a comeback win, and it's like, I mean, no, like Washington is playing good, but it's like, come on, now the Aces shouldn't need a comeback win with Asia Wilson and looking at that team. I just felt like not at this point.
Look at that 5. That 5 was crazy. Oh, that 4 out of 5 was crazy. Asia, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, like Jewel Loy. It's like what we doing? It's like. But eventually, I feel like they'll eventually get. As far as like the starting 5 will get better. I think Kelly will play more going forward. I mean, I still don't trust the other players though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't trust the other players.
Crystal Bradford. Crystal Bradford is good. She just hasn't really put on like that.
But she hasn't really been playing like that. Like I think was she hurt last game?
I didn't see her play. I don't recall.
I think I'm lying. What game she got suspended for something that happened years ago? I forgot what game it was, but it was a game. It was a game. It was whatever happened in like 2021. She got suspended for it this year. It might have been game 1. I don't know, but
a game 1 suspension against the Liberty.
It was game 1 or game 1. Yeah. So, but other than that, like she don't play as much, and it's like once you at a standard, once you set a standard for yourself, and then you play below that, even if, like I said, even though it's still early. It's still some kind of panic. Well, that's not from them being they're champions, so like they're not panicking, but their fans are panicking, being that we seen y'all blowing them out. Yeah. We seen y'all blowing teams out by 30 in the first half, and game done by the first half. But now it's the opposite, total opposite. But eventually they'll get it together. I mean,
fingers crossed, man.
yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Whoa. I think no fingers crossed. I'm not Liberty.
Well, I'm not. Well, yeah, I'm Liberty fan, but like, it doesn't like I'm a fan of all
yeah,
players. So like, just seeing
yeah,
them struggle, it's like, whoa, like I don't want to see
yeah.
them get blown up by 20.
That's
You know what I'm
facts. That's
saying?
facts.
So,
That's facts. Like, I seen a tweet. Well, it's funny. I seen a tweet. Right, I was on Twitter and I seen a tweet, and some girl said she brung one of her friends to that Aces Storm game, and that was his first game. And she said now he thinks Erica Wheeler is a better player than AJ Wilson because that's his first game.
No disrespect to Erica Wheeler. Come on.
No disrespect, but
Erica Wheeler was out there wilding. Like she hit pull-up shots in Jewel Lloyd face. I'm like, oh, nah. You know what I'm saying?
She had smoke for somebody. She had smoke.
Yeah.
She had smoke for somebody.
But the Aces, if I can say one more thing, it's like the Aces, like I said, it's still early, and it's just like I said, and this is like even with my sentiment, it's not solely that Jewel Lloyd is the reason that the Aces are playing well. I feel like overall their whole team has to play better. Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, even Asia Wilson, because in that game against Seattle, NECA was giving it.
She was out. She was
shooting jump shots to her face, rebounds, and it was like, I just feel like they gotta kind of get that intensity. I even saw like the interview with Asia Wilson where they asked her, she was like, yo, like they're just not playing well right now and they gotta play better. So they're aware that they gotta step it up, and I'm sure they will.
Also, we have Miss Candace Parker. I forgot to say it in the beginning when I was doing topics. Miss Candace Parker, she's getting her jersey retired, number 3, 2 times this year, 1 in Chicago, 1 in LA. Like I said before in early episodes, like she was my introduction to the WNBA. Well, college basketball, women's basketball in general. She was like my introduction because my coach at that time was coaching her point guard Shannon Bobbitt, I believe her name is. So that's how I started watching Shannon Bobbitt. But then I ended up seeing Candace Parker. Now I'm like, who is this? So who is this? And now that was my introduction to her, and I got to see the Sylvia Fowles at LSU. I got to see a bunch of other players because she brought me into this game, and I'm glad to see her finally get her flowers that she deserved. Her career didn't end how she wanted it to end due to injuries, but that happens. That happens. So I want to ask you, what did Candace Parker mean to you when she was playing?
Candace Parker was everything, and like just to remind people, like Candace Parker is my GOAT. When people talk about who's the greatest player of all time, like of course it's debatable. People have their preferences. Like a lot of people say DT, Maya Moore. But to me, the versatility of Candace Parker, I still feel is underappreciated to this day. So when I think Candace Parker, the first thing I think of is GOAT. Somebody that can do everything your favorite guard could do and more. Like her resume speaks for itself. 3-time WNBA champion, first player in WNBA history to win championships with 3 different teams, the Sparks, Chicago, and the Aces, finals MVP. Her rookie game was against Phoenix. She had 34, 12, and 8, putting up brawn numbers. And I'm just like, bro, come on. Defensive player of the year, 7-time WNBA also. The list goes on and on, but like Candace Parker means so much to me. And like when she won that first ring with the Sparks, you can even go on my Instagram page. Like it's a picture of Candace Parker. When she won that ring, I was so hyped and so excited because I know that was something that she wanted to get for so long. And when she got it, I was so happy and so excited. So Candace Parker, like I said, is my GOAT. She's so versatile. I love everything about her, who she stands for as a person as well. Like I know she's doing broadcasting and stuff now, and she has so much knowledge. She has. I feel like she gravitates to a lot of people. She's a leader in her community. People look up to her. She's the president of Adidas, I believe. So she's doing a lot of great things. Doing a lot of great things. So shout out to Candace Parker, man. My GOAT.
Man, it's crazy because I remember like I stopped watching women's basketball for a little minute, and then the first year I actually came back to it was the year in Chicago when she beat Minnesota, I believe. And I was like, damn, she's still good. I was like, damn, like Candace Parker was so good. Like her rookie year MVP. Like
come on, who wins rookie of the year and MVP in the same season?
That's
Lord have mercy.
Like a lot. That's nuts, man. Like that's nuts, man. Like, and the fact that we was robbed of seeing her and AJ Wilson on the same team. I'm not gonna lie. That's oh man, that'd been crazy to see AJ Wilson last year with a healthy Candace Parker.
Yeah. I remember even AJ Wilson said, like, she trying to knock Candace Parker off of these, these
records.
These lists of the records. It's like, Candace Parker's the one, man.
Yes,
And like I said, you know, there's so many accolades here that we didn't dive into because it's so much.
so
But
much.
you know, yeah, we appreciate her, man. She's done so much for the game, and you know, her impact is still felt each and every day.
She might be my go-to. She might. I don't know. She might be for sure. She might be like.
It's a
Like
lot
I
of
said,
great players, but
yeah, it's a lot, but for sure, like she definitely sticks out. She might be my number one too. I'm not gonna lie, being that she brought me into the sport, and then like I said, she was like you said, she was doing guard shit, she's doing big man
man,
shit. So it's like, so it's like
everything.
she dunking like how you want
Yeah,
it, like Mrs. How you want
yeah,
it, like. So I
yeah.
definitely,
It was
I wish I could be able to go to one of them games, man, but
tough.
I don't know. Money kind of
Especially
tight
during
right
the
now. Yeah,
times.
money kind of tight right
Yeah,
now, man.
I
Like,
feel. Oh, I know. Trust me, I got you.
money kind of tight.
Yeah.
But I'd have definitely went to that one in Chicago. I feel like I know that
Mm,
one meant so much more to her, being that it was in her hometown,
yeah.
and that's when I got to learn about Ka. I got to learn
Mm,
about Sloot and
yeah.
a few others. I was like, okay, I'm all right. Ka got MVP, so
Yeah.
that shit was lit, man. It was definitely
And
lit,
people
man.
forget too, Chicago. I mean, even that season, Chicago struggled in the beginning. Like
Mm-hmm.
they was like they was like negative for like a little bit, and they kind of had to work their way up that year that they won the championship. And it was definitely
Mm-hmm.
beautiful to see, and you know, definitely happy for her and things like that. Like I vividly remember like the times when she was on the Spark when she played with Christy Tolliver,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you know them battles against Minnesota because that's when Minnesota was running everything, and it was just like, damn, Minnesota gonna
Uh-huh.
win again. But you know, I can only
Mm-hmm.
imagine. Like I remember those battles, you know, with her just having to, you know, finally get one, and I'm glad that she was able
Mm-hmm.
to you know, get that first one. So
Yeah, shout out to Candace, man.
shout out to CP.
Shout out to CP3, man. The real CP3, man. Word. I gotta
Yeah.
the real CP3. Hopefully. When is her Chicago retirement? You know, I
I'm
might
gonna see
might be
right
able, might be able to
now.
say some. Damn, why she gotta play for the Liberty, man? Damn.
Yeah, I mean that would have been
That
fire.
when is it?
So the ceremony is going to take place um on August 25th.
August 25th.
Yeah.
You never know, man. I'm from Chicago from New York. Ain't probably a little 12 playing ride, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's like light. It's like light. I've
Yeah,
never been to Chicago
but
before,
yeah, me
but
either. Probably nothing crazy. Probably I'm
mm.
gonna call Seaway. Yo, Seaway, we going to the game. Seaway,
Yeah,
go.
we're gonna pull up on you.
Yeah, pull up on Seaway. Yo, Seaway, we going to CP3. We going to Candace Parker game. Pull up.
Hmm.
Well, but being that we on the sky, they play tonight. I feel like they might get their first win tonight, but they're still winless. There's two teams still winless, and it was crazy that coming to the season, people had a lot of
Hmm.
promise for them, at least being a playoff team. Being
I
that,
was one of them.
yeah, like we said,
I was
still
one of them.
early, but they're 0-5, and I see a lot of glaring holes that will not get filled this year. Like
Hmm.
uh I think Ariel is a definitely could be your number one option, but they have been sticking her in the corner like she's a spot up shooter. I don't like that.
Hmm.
Um their defense from three been bad. Like it's just been
Yeah,
it's just been
it's a lot
turnovers.
going
Yeah, it's
on.
just been bad over there. But do you think their skyscraper duo can coexist? And do you think drafting those two was the right choice for that team?
It's a great question. Like I said, you know, it is early still,
Mm-hmm.
and like when they first got drafted, and when it was like okay, Angel Reese and Camilla to Chicago, I got dumb excited because I'm like, yo, who's gonna stop them? And how are you gonna be able to get a rebound with Angel Reese there and Camilla Cardoza, 6'7", big body, versatile. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like what I even like I said, even though it's early, what I've been seeing, same. I'm really concerned, and it hurts for me to say this. I do feel like I think there needs to be a change with Camila Cordoza. And the reason I'm saying this is because I just don't see her game. I don't really see the growth in
Hold on.
her game
Hold on.
from
As like trade or as like bench?
like I don't see them playing together in the foreseeable future. Like they can play out the rest of this year, but I think at
Mm-hmm.
some point you're gonna have to really look at that and be like, what are we gonna do? And I feel like Chicago is not gonna let go of Reese. I feel like if anything, they'll look to like trade Cordoza over Reese. And the main reason I'm saying that is because I feel like Camila Cardoza, to me, I feel like she has so much promise. She has so much potential. 6'7". She can be so much of a problem defensively. She is, but I feel like her offensive game, there's just something that looks off. Like when she tries to be aggressive, it just doesn't. look right. Like there's times
fluid.
where
Like,
she'll miss. Yeah, she'll miss close range, like close baskets to the rim.
mm,
Like she's not really. I feel like she has an opportunity playing with Reese to really get that mid range shot going because it's like
mm,
you got Angel Reese. Let Angel Reese dominate the paint. If they double team or whatever, kick out the Camila Cardoso, hit that mid range shot. So I feel like overall we got to see how the rest of the season plays. I hope it works because I definitely do. I think it can, but I really feel like Camila Cardoso needs to really tell herself, "Yo, I need to find a way to be aggressive
mm,
on the court with Reese because there is a way. She just has to do it, or the coach has to draw up some plays for her. There's a way to
mm,
work between them two. So,
mm.
I'm hoping it does. But depending on how they end this season, I think you're gonna have to make a change for sure at some point.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, man. I feel like I see me personally for that draft. I'd have drafted Angel Reese, and I'd have went
Mhm.
with like a Rakia or something like that.
Yeah, just to switch it up. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Rakia
want
would have been perfect.
like a Rakia somebody because I so watch when you watching them. Same thing you said about Camilla. Like with me, like she's always in foul trouble. She's always in
Yeah,
foul trouble. So I'm like, damn, like it's like and like when she plays with her team in Brazil, she's
yeah,
way
she be
different.
putting on,
She's
putting
different.
on.
And then she come over
Yeah,
here and it's like, where's that
there's a
at?
pancake.
It's like
Yeah,
where's it at? Like you see
one.
AR's trying to like AR's she works on her her perimeter game. So now
Yeah,
she's trying to shoot more threes and middies now and go
hmm
back to her old because she was a point forward. I think she was like a point guard, I believe, in high school or something like that. Or a shooting guard or
hmm
something. She was a guard though. So she's trying to implement that more back into her game now to where like we're
hmm
not both clogging the paint up. But
yeah,
the problem is Cardoso's there, she's down there, and she's not. She should be easily averaging at least
double double,
12 and like 9 or some around
double
there.
double,
Yeah,
12 and 10. Yeah,
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 somewhere around that. Cause like when you look at, I was watching the Liberty and the Fever game, and I remember once again I'm on Twitter, like, cause like so like when John Quell hit I think it was a pick and pop with somebody. She popped, boom, got it, pump fake, went, went to the basket. Well, she no jab step back,
hmm
three.
hmm
And
hmm
one of the Sky fans on Twitter was like, she was like, damn, like I'm jealous, like damn, like look at y'all 6'7" and look at I was
Oh man,
6'7".
two
I was
different players, man. We
so
can't even.
so yeah. So I'm looking
Man,
I'm looking damn, like John Quinn is a different breed. Like that's different breed over. That's MVP
Finals
over there.
MVP,
Is different
Finals
over there.
MVP.
Like, it's different. Like feel me, like everybody
Hmm
can't do that. But I
Yeah,
understand I understand like her why being mad because like even though like she ain't gotta do that, it's like damn, like show me something that I could be happy about. Like
yeah,
I can't be happy about you always in foul trouble. You look like you're not into the game. Your energy is gone.
yeah,
It's like your attitude is like it's messed up. It's like come on, give me something to be happy about. Like that's why I feel like they
yeah,
should have got when they got Rakia where you got two different positions to like where like now you ain't got to worry about clogging the paint because you can put AR at the five,
hmm
whatever, and then whoever at the four, whatever, Rakia at the three,
hmm
and then they brought in whoever else. So
hmm
I feel like I'm with you. I think maybe whenever their contract is up, one of them might walk. I think Camilla might. I think one of them might walk, but I feel like Chicago will want to hold on to AR more because
yeah,
she's box office number one.
yeah,
Number one, she's a box office name. So
hmm
you don't get much of those. So being that
yeah,
you're the one, we got to keep you no matter what.
yeah,
Like her name is too big to like so now, but maybe I don't see AR asking for a trade either. I don't see that. But I do see Camilla
yeah,
maybe asking for a trade or just leaving because, like I said, I'm watching clips and I was watching a few clips after the game where you see her
mm
shot with the ball, she get attitude, just walk off. I'm like, nah, like
mm
that's crazy, you know. So I
yeah,
also don't see them working that well, and one of them maybe being Camilla leaving either trade or free agency,
hmm
however she do it, but.
yeah. It's tough too because like even the game against Phoenix, like she did have 16 points, but the thing is, I feel like, and like I said, this is just not saying like Camila Cardoza is so like the problem for like Chicago has
Mm,
like it's a lot of things
a
going on. Like
lot.
there's a lot of people that need to play better. She did end up scoring 16, but it's just one of those things where she needs to just find a way to be more consistent and assertive. There's so many times where she'll have
Mm,
mismatches in the paint,
mm,
and in my mind I'm like, yo, Camilla, call for the rock. Listen, I
mm,
don't even care if she gets the ball and she missed. As long as you're being aggressive and assertive, we can live with that. But if you're on the court and you don't really seem like you want the ball at your size, well, you're affecting the team because if you're not going to be aggressive in the paint, well, then let Reese dominate that because
Mm-hmm.
she owns the paint. So she just has to find a way to call for the ball more. And I know that's not really like her personality, but sometimes, like, especially at this level, you got to command certain things and make yourself a mismatch problem. And she has the potential to be great. I just feel like for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like that motor and that energy is there in Chicago. Like even, even outside of Camilla, like
Mm-hmm.
because like Chicago, I watched that game against Phoenix. What's deflating about that is that that's a game they should have won. Like
Mm-hmm.
Chicago played really good outside of the fourth quarter. They played really good that game. Every starter scored in double digits. Ariel Atkins had 21. Sloot had 15 and
Mm-hmm.
11. Kia Nurse had 14. So you look at that and you're like, okay, they're
What
gonna
happened?
win. But that fourth quarter came, and then Phoenix just turned up that defensive
Uh-huh.
intensity, and then they just couldn't make shots. Like Phoenix got what's her name? This is a shooter called Kataja Laska, who
Uh-huh.
had 18
Oh
points,
yeah,
was
yeah,
3 for 6
yeah,
from the three. Everything she put up
yeah,
looking
yeah,
good. It didn't even leave her hand. I knew it was good. I'm like,
yeah, yeah,
Phoenix got some stuff over there. So it's just like it was just deflating watching that game because it's like Chicago put themselves in position to win that game, and then they just couldn't close it out. So it's just tough.
yeah. They got a lot of issues over there, man.
Yeah,
Even from their guard play, like their guard play.
it's not consistent.
I love Sloot. Sloot,
Hmm.
but she's not somebody that's gonna like break down your defense consistently, and
Yeah,
that's not her no more. That's not her
yeah,
no more. That's more Ariel, but they've been like put Ariel in the corner or for every game. Besides that game, with the first game I seen her like perform like
yeah.
Ariel. I'm like, oh okay,
Aria was
yeah.
putting on. She was
I'm like,
like, yeah.
I'm like, oh my, okay, they might get a win. They might get a win, you know. So I actually turned to something else. Like that game done. They're by 16. They finally
Hmm.
got a win, and then I fall asleep. I wake up the next day. I go, all right, let me check the box score to see like what happened. I'm like,
Hmm.
they lost. I'm
That
like,
fourth quarter.
I'm
That
like,
fourth quarter.
I'm like, oh man. I'm like, oh man, bro. So like the Sky
Yeah,
fans,
shout to
yeah,
Ariel, man.
yeah, Sky fans definitely going through it, man. The Sky fans definitely be going through. I
Yeah,
got a few of them. I got a few of them on like my TikTok and stuff and Twitter. They definitely be
yeah,
going through it, man. I just be like, I can't relate. I can't relate in New York, man. I
yeah.
can't relate. I'm like, damn, I can't relate, man. But
Last
man.
thing, last thing I'll say about Chicago, I feel like if they could replicate what they did the first 3 quarters against Phoenix, against
Hmm.
other teams, they'll be fine. Because Ariel Atkins, that's the best she's played this season. Like she was getting the ball
Hmm.
and being aggressive, shooting, getting
Hmm.
in the paint, pull up. I love what I was seeing. Kia Nurse was hitting threes and
Hmm.
she seemed composed. It was just that fourth quarter came and they offense wasn't flowing. So if they could kind of take what they did in the beginning of the game and just trying to like work fine tune a few things that didn't happen in the fourth going forward, they should get a win. But
Yeah.
teams know when you like they 0-4. Teams don't want to be that team that's like, oh, we let Chicago beat us. Like,
Yeah.
so
I
that's
mean,
another thing.
they got Dallas. They got Dallas today. Dallas just coming off a good victory in
Hmm.
Connecticut.
Yeah, paid for that. Hmm.
So we'll see, man. Indiana Fever, Kate Clark, 2 weeks out,
Hmm.
quad injury.
Hmm.
Their first game without her, they played the Washington Mystics, and I had questions. I already knew over it. I said, well, they don't really have a backup playmaker that's even like near Caitlin's level. I'm like, they got Sid, but
Yeah.
Sid is not a playmaker. And I'm like, Kelsey, nah, she wouldn't get buckets.
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, like who the hell is gonna? I'm like, Sophie could bring it up. I'm like, she's not really a playmaker. I'm like,
Hmm.
AB be eating this year. That 2 man with her, Kaden, she be eating up that crazy
Hmm.
this year. So now I'm like, man, like
Hmm.
who gonna run the 2 man with AB? I'm like, let me watch this game. I want to know. So now
Hmm.
watching it, I'm like, so Washington, like once they put that ball pressure on it on them, it was over.
It was tough.
Sophie
Yeah.
couldn't bring it up. Sid could give me that. What you doing?
Right.
Kelsey was trying, but she's not. She's a scorer, and she shot horrible. Once again, she shot horrible. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, Fever might be. They might get a win here and there, but when Caitlyn come back, they might be like
Hmm.
like five, like under 500 for sure. For
Hmm.
sure, under 500, man. But how you think Indiana look that last game and going forward, how they look um while Caitlin's out?
Yeah, I mean, similar like how we mentioned, like, watching that game against Washington, they didn't look like themselves. And, like how we mentioned, there just wasn't like Kelsey Mitchell, more of a scorer. She had 14 points, but she was 4 for 16 from the field. It just seemed like they struggled to get easy buckets. So I think going forward, this is actually gonna be a probably this is gonna hurt Indiana, because I think like, when we talk about Caitlin Clark and I'm, wishing her a speed recovery, people get obviously, caught up in like the step back threes and the dribble moves and stuff like that. But, people forget to really also call it like her ability to pass the ball and make things easier for her teammates is just as good
Mm-hmm.
as that logo three because she makes everybody's job easier. Like how we said, Indiana doesn't really have a backup guard that can facilitate and make things easier. Sydney Colson, she's more of a shooter. She could maybe give you a nice pass in there, but she's not orchestrating the
Mm-hmm.
offense. You don't look for her to, drive to the basket and really like dime. She's more of a
Mm-hmm.
scorer. Kelsey Mitchell, I feel like she has the potential, but like I said, her mindset is go get a bucket. And she's not really an orchestrator. So I feel like and on top of that as well, something else, like, DeWanda Bonner has been struggling this season. Like,
Yeah.
and I remember I forgot what game it was, but she got pulled out of the starting lineup for Lexi Hall. Lexi
Close.
Hall ended up
Yeah.
having the best game. I think it was against the Liberty.
Liberty game.
Against the
Yep.
Liberty, yeah.
Liberty game.
But Lexi Hall ended up looking like I think she led the team in points. Lexi Hall looked
Yeah.
amazing, looked great,
Mm-hmm.
shooting threes, playing defense. So I feel like there's a lot of issues right now with Indiana, and there's definitely a cause for concern because they don't have somebody that can make everybody's job
Mm-hmm.
easier. You need that facilitator to just make everything go smooth sailing. And when the veterans aren't really playing as well, it makes things even more complicated because who's gonna even like with Aaliyah Bolsa, who's gonna be able to feed her on the post in position to where she could easily
Mm-hmm.
score on that pick and roll? How
Mm-hmm.
is Aaliyah Boston going to be able to knock down that mid-range shot off the pick and roll if we don't have a guard that can really set her up like Clark? So there is
Mm-hmm.
cause for concerns. I'm hoping they, find a way, but it is going to be tough because if you're struggling with Washington, it's only going to get harder from here,
Yeah.
So,
Cause what's team see you can't even bring the ball up the court? Oh yeah, we on. Oh,
oh,
we
we
on.
on that. Oh,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
on like we on that.
We on
Like,
that. So the ball
yeah,
up in the air. Yo, get up on her. Like so, like yeah, like Kayla puts that band-aid over that, like to where it's like, because Candace is a Candace. Kayla, she deals with ball pressure, all that. Like so
all
now,
that.
so people think it's easy when they see
It's not.
because she making it look easy. So now you take her out. Now you got
You're a superstar,
yeah.
man.
Now you got to do for 40 minutes. It's like Sophie. I'm like, I see her before play make a little bit. So I'm like, they should be okay with Sophie coming in and do a little something. And I'm watching like, nah, she ain't do nothing with them. I think it was
Nah, yeah.
what's the name Jay Melbourne, I think it was. She was
Melbourne, yeah, she like that.
pressuring her. She got an offensive fact. She started trying to hook her. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a long night for them.
Long night,
Oh,
yeah.
night. Sykes, you got Sykes getting her back. I said, yeah,
Like the zone Mitchell
yeah,
too.
yeah. I
India,
said,
like, what's up? Like,
I'm like, gonna be a long night for them, man. And look, they
yeah,
ended up losing that game, man. But yeah, like I feel like I mean, when you play these teams that got these guards that could pressure you and play that
it's gonna be a
defense,
problem.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
a long night for them. But
yeah.
we'll see how they go.
Hmm.
I want to give you a shout out, man. I mean, like we keep saying it's still early, but when we did defensive player of the year, you
Hmm.
know, a few we went like Fee, we went Asia. I think I
Hmm.
went Angel Reese. You really went Angel Reese. You went Natasha Cloud.
Hmm.
I was like, I don't think. I said she played deep, but I don't know. But I mean, so far she's been even with that Caitlyn game, the Indiana Fever game, she was pick up full
Hmm.
court, full court. Like
Hmm.
what is light, bro? Like she pick up full court, and you
Yeah,
see she got the game winning stop.
game
And
winning defensive stop. Yeah,
everybody crying foul. No, look at the replay. It was no foul. Like
come on,
she
man.
said, like
Nah,
I know when she drives with the ball in her left hand, she drives left. She
you
gonna
draw the
shoot
left.
it.
Yeah.
That's something even I know. I'm like, damn, like what? I'm like, damn. I tell whenever she go left, she do it a certain way and she shoot.
Hmm.
When she
Hmm.
go right, she gonna drive. So
Hmm.
we seen what both she seen. She going left. Oh yeah, I'm gonna press up on
Hmm.
that right hand,
Hmm.
hit it from under, and the
Hmm.
Kelly did that flop, that crazy ass flop, like she got punched in her face. Shit, so wild shit. But
Come on, man.
I'm like, damn, like this. I'm like, Mel did say something about Tosh. I'm like, damn, she might. Look, she got a play of the week.
Finally,
This week, first time ever.
that was her first. Yeah, that's
I'm like, that's
insane. Natasha Cloud
crazy.
been in the league for so long, been a great player for so long. Like I said, everybody, Natasha Cloud's my favorite player.
Yeah.
Shout out to Natasha Cloud. The fact that this is her first time
First,
is insane to me.
first,
What's going
Mel.
on, man? Come on, man.
First. I said, wow. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like,
Yeah,
the Liberty they're not there yet to where I know
yeah,
where they
not no.
can be, but they look good. Even because like every game has been somebody else. Like the Fever game, it was John Quell. John Quell when he had like 28 or something like that. John Quell
26 or
game.
something like that.
Last game against the Valkyries,
Valkyries.
it was MJ.
MJ, yeah.
MJ came with the bitch. Shoot her
She was
one-legged three.
wilding.
Yeah, shoot her one-legged
Yeah, that
threes.
one-footed three-pointer. I said, nah, bro. I want green light. I don't no. There's no shot that Marine could put up, and I'm like, that's bad. I just want to see her shoot. Let's see her shoot.
And Coach Bandello told her, say, yo, I don't think you've been aggressive enough.
Green light.
Yeah, like what you doing? Like what you doing? She came out there and she looked good, man. So like,
yeah,
I think like that team is just. We just too deep, bro. Like that team is just too deep. Like I just keep saying, like, damn, imagine if we got Laney. Like we literally like a play. We literally got a great solid. Well, I'm gonna go 12. Everybody's solid. Everybody, even though everybody, because even the game, what game was they blowing them out? And Sherrod, I think it was the Chicago game. Sherrod came in, caught a wild spin and won. Yeah. I'm like, so like everybody, like yes, everybody. So like we have a solid 12, bro. Like Isabel, and she barely like they haven't like playing that much yet, but eventually we're gonna need them. But I can't wait to go to my first Liberty game this season. I ain't go to one yet, but I will be going to one. I gotta look at the upcoming teams. Same. I think the Sparks come to town soon. So if they do, I want to see the Sparks play. I do want to see Plum and Ricky and them. So, but yeah, man. But how has our team been looking, man? Like how you feel about our team so far, man? We 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, we've been for the most part, we've been looking great. I'm gonna just start off with the negative and go to positive.
All right, copy.
Yeah. So, like I said, we've been playing great, but a consistent thing that I've been seeing that's been an issue. We've been able to find a way through it, but them third quarters and bro, even Sandy Brondello has mentioned in post games where she's like, it's just like we got to figure out a way, and it's not like it's something they can't fix. It's just a mentality thing. Like, just really paying attention to details. So I feel like outside of those third quarters, the Liberty look unstoppable, and I feel like they haven't even reached their full potential yet. The Liberty could be averaging then they're 115 points
with ease, bro.
Like with Natasha Cloud being able to be that guard, that like the offense is free flowing. Or what's Natasha Cloud has free reign to just get downhill, get in the paint, dish. And I just feel like they have so many scorers. You got Sabrina, you got Stu, you got John Quell, Phoebus. Everybody can score in so many different, unique ways. So I feel like right now we're looking really good. There's things that we do got to clean up, like the turnovers. And just as a fan, even though teams make runs. So it's not like you expect if you're up 25, a team is going to go on a run. Like this is a W. These we're not going to compete. But it does make my heart drop a little bit sometimes because it's like, damn, like even against Indiana, like that was a game that the Liberty could have easily lost.
Yeah. I was losing my head.
Third quarter. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? We went up double digits and then we kind of forgot how to play defensively. We was giving up stuff. So outside of that, I feel like the Liberty are looking really good, but they definitely do have to clean some stuff up. I'm confident they will, but I just gotta, as a fan, I gotta just say my calls for this, sir.
We got gears that we gotta hit.
Like,
cause we got kind of not of a new team, but our calls are the same. But we did bring in Natasha, we got Rebecca, Izzy. So like. But so far, like I said, besides the third quarters, the turnovers, like I said, every night is somebody else's night. It's never like Stewie against Indiana. She started strong, but then toward the end, she kind of like faded out. But she still was doing playing defense. John Quell took over. John Quell with that fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, it got lit. That fourth quarter, John Quell.
She had like 35.
That fourth quarter got lit. Step back three. She was bugging that third quarter, and then Sabrina also had a good game that game. Yeah, it was crazy, man, and it was crazy seeing when they played the Valkyries, and I ain't get emotional, but I'm like, damn, when KT came back, I was like, damn, like that's the dog right there, like so.
Like she was still on the squad.
Yeah, like it was good seeing KT back, and I want to shout out somebody that we haven't shouted out yet. Kennedy Burke, K Beasley. Kennedy Burke
has improved so much.
Her jump shot is look a little funny, but that shit,
but it go win.
That shit
as well as like her first step. I know they've been saying this about Kennedy Burke a lot during like practice. Her first step, she's quick when she get that ball and take that first jab or just get. She's fast. So you add that with the combination of being able to shoot. Kennedy Burke is continuing to have a breakout season, and I'm so proud of how she been putting on. Yeah.
KBZ, and it was crazy
Shout
because
out to
like
Kennedy Burton.
so far I think she might be leading as far as like sixth player of the year. She might like she been like KBZ
You
man.
can rely on her.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
a game changer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Last year, she used to come out and be like, "Damn, get out!" Like, I'm
Oh
not gonna lie. I'm
man.
not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I feel you.
But now this year, but then I seen when we lost Lainey, she was like, "Yeah, like I gotta step it up." Coach told me I'm gonna be blah blah blah. So I'm like, let me see how she do. But like, she got a different like confidence now. It's like
She put that work in.
yeah, like it's different now. Like when she catch it
Yeah.
from like when she get the ball, she know what she gonna do. I'm letting this shit fly.
Exactly.
I'm letting this shit fly. And I'm not gonna lie, when she shoot it, even if, bro, as soon as leave her hair, I'm like, well, that shit good.
It's money.
It look good. I'm like, it should look good. I'm like, it look a little funny, but that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That should be cash. So like, I wait till we clean up the third quarters. Phoebus has been outside of the first game. Phoebus has been okay. She could be better. Yeah. Against Indiana.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm loving how we look. I'm looking forward to seeing how we progress as the season go on. I know we got a tough game. Well, when this episode come out, it will be the day of. So we got a tough game against Washington on a back-to-back. I know Jaquel's out today, so but I feel like we'll be fine. I guess Washington gonna be a good one. It's gonna definitely be a good one.
I look at the score right now. My heart. I'm kind of panicking.
What happened?
Liberty down 4. Against the Valkyries. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? But we gonna go.
I ain't worried about that, man. Yeah, I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about that. You know, this second dated.
I ain't
worried about that. They just beat up my 30 day before, so I been a couple days ago, so I ain't worried about that, man. But that's not least for the people that's getting into the WNBA. We're gonna do a little rapid fire of like some certain players in their comparison. I gave Mel 20 names. I'm not gonna lie, Mel, on a couple, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna see who Mel pick. I might just real Mel. I'm like, I don't know who I could.
Yeah, I got it all down.
so first we're gonna start with AJ Wilson.
Okay, and before I jump into this, there's a lot of players on this list where I kind of gave a comparison with like 2 players. So okay, but first starting off with Asia. So my NBA comparison would be Bam Adebayo. See what I did there?
I had AD.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Enrique.
I say James Harden.
I had a mix of Kyrie and Cam Thomas.
That's a good one.
Stubby.
This one was a little bit difficult for me because I tried to make sure that everybody on the list it wasn't similar. But I say Stewie. I would say she reminds me of a more versatile LaMarcus Aldridge.
I had KD.
KD is okay.
KD.
Okay.
Fee.
My NBA comparison to Fee, I say it's between Kevin Garnett or Chris Webber.
That's some good ones. I'm not gonna lie. For her, I was like, damn, but I kind of like KG. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like KG. I went with Tim Duncan. Or for her, like her, she's not flashy. Her game is just like footwork and so
straight to the point.
Yeah,
straight to the point. Yeah.
I went with Timmy. Jackie Young.
Ooh, this one. She reminds me of Kawhi Leonard.
I got Kawhi too.
The Claw.
I got Kawhi too. Marina Johannes.
J.R. Smith.
I got J.R. Smith too. Natasha Cloud.
As my favorite player. This one was low key kind of tough, but I'm like, and this is just me. She reminds me of Dwayne Wade. Like her just from the ability of like being able to get down here. What was one thing that D Wade did? What was getting in the paint? His quickness, his ability to finish. Natasha Cloud is a really great finisher and a good mid-range shooter.
I had DeJounte Murray.
That's a good one.
DeJounte Murray. Leonie Phoebus.
I would say a combination of Luke Dort and Bruce O'Neal.
I had Derek White.
I
had Derek White.
Good one.
Sabrina.
She reminds me of between Steph and Damian Lillard.
I like that too. I had Steph, but I like that one too. Jonquel Jones.
Jonquel, a mixture of Karl Anthony Towns and Dirk Nowitzki.
I had even though I'm about to say a name, but remember, this is just play style. I'm not saying they're equal. So I had Andre Blatch.
That was my guy.
Yeah,
PJ Carlissimo.
I had Andre
Remember they had
Blatch.
Marshawn Brooks.
Yeah,
People forget about Andre Blatch. He
Andre
was
Blatch.
versatile.
Andre Blatch
Mm.
Julie Van Lowe.
LaMelo Ball, just off of the standpoint of I don't think people really
Mm.
understand how flashy Julie
Mm.
Van Loo is, but she one of the ones.
I had nobody. I was like, I was looking at players like
Yeah.
TJ McConnell, but I'm like,
Mm.
I feel like she makes more than him, and he shoots way
Yeah.
more. He don't shoot no threes, and she shoot a lot of threes. I'm like, damn, like
She
I
got
want
more
to.
swagger.
Yeah,
She got more
damn,
swagger.
I'm like maybe I can't Payne Pritchard because Payne Pritchard don't do nothing but score. Like he just do nothing but
Mm.
score. So I'm like, I was kind
Mm.
of stuck. So I like that one too.
Mm.
Kelsey Plum.
There's a few people that she reminds me of in terms of NBA. So I had a mixture of like De'Aaron Fox, Fred VanVleet, and Cam Thomas.
That's not bad. I had Harden, but I kind of like those two.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Harden. Ryan Howard.
D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Poole.
I had Jimmy Butler.
Defensively, I can see
Yeah,
that.
and how he take off the whole regular season, and then he play hard when he want to.
Yeah. I bet like a more defensive Jordan Poole and D'Angelo. Yeah.
Nneka Ogwumike.
Nneka reminds me of a little bit of like Evan Mobley and Antonio McDyess.
I had a blank on that. I was like, I don't know, so I'm rolling with you. Satu Sabli.
She reminds me of like a combination of Julius Randle and Jared Jackson from Memphis.
Jared Jackson. I had Tatum.
Okay.
Gabby Williams.
OG Anunoby.
I had a blank there. I'm like, did she a point forward? I was looking at like a Scottie Pippen or like a Lamar Odom or something like that. I'm like,
she played defense, so she could shoot. Yeah.
I was like, but I rocking with you, Rakia.
This was a little bit tough for me, but I ended up going with Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
Smooth game, smooth. I
like that one. I like that one. So we're going Cade. Alyssa Thomas.
Yeah, this one was. Like Alyssa Thomas, she's in a class of her own, bro. Because this is like
I said prime Draymond. I'm like prime Draymond. Like they both like angry on the court. They both like pass, rebound, defense.
Yeah. This is tough. I mean, I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna just give it in. So I'm gonna just say, and I would say a more like an offensively polished Dennis Rodman. Like imagine Dennis Rodman being able to play make and just be a little bit more offensive minded.
Brittany Sykes.
Devin Booker. She reminds me of Devin Booker a lot. Even to her form, a pull-up shot reminds me of D Book.
What's funny is that I had two. I had D Book, but I also had OG Anunoby because I'm like D Book don't lock up how she lock up, and OG kind of does, and like, he's so that's why I had both of them. And last but not least, Skylar Diggins.
This was a little bit tough, but I ended up going with Colin Sexton.
Colin Sexton. I
went to the best.
I went with Russ from like a one to win so bad standpoint. You know, like I mean, she shoots better than him, but besides that, like
she gets to it.
Like they're very intensity is what they both bring to the table, sure, man. But that's the episode. That's what we got. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Make sure show love. Make sure y'all show love and all that. Ring the bell. Please subscribe. We almost to 100. We right there. Just help us make that push, and then we're gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing.
Appreciate all y'all that constantly tune in. Everybody that take their time to watch these videos. It means a lot to us.
Facts, man. Keep leaving positive comments. Okay. Positive comments, please. Thank y'all.
Love,
like please leave the negativity somewhere else, man. Bring positive energy only over here. Yes, that's what we building over here.
Watch the full video to understand the full context. Because like I said, a lot of times we share clips, but you got to watch the full video to understand the context, y'all. Please, love.
That's more towards one crowd, but we ain't gonna talk about that crowd, man.
I'm out of here.
Like that, we out of here.